With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one! It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Live from Marlington High School, it's the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Today's matchup features two teams hungry for a big early December victory as the 1-1 Marlington Dukes take on the 1-0 Northwest Indians. Hello, friends. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me on the call this evening, Cooper Fontaine from Alliance High School, a sophomore over at AHS. Cooper, it's great to be back with you once again. I'm excited for basketball season to get underway. But we start on the opposite side of town from you. Don't worry, we'll see your boys in action tomorrow. But first, it's the girls of Marlington High School. They're 1-1 on the year, lost 45-40 in this game last season. What has to change for them to get the dub tonight?
I think they just have to stay hungry. You have to limit the small mistakes. No unnecessary travels, double dribbles, or just, bad passes or turnovers. You have to keep it straightforward and to the point. Try to limit the small mistakes, I think, is definitely the MO today.
And there are some intimidation factors at stake tonight. You might be able to hear it in the background, Cooper. I have had enough of this. It's 6-7. Why? And before that, it was Titanic.
Whoever's running the music right now over the PA in the Duke Dome is they're trolling right now or something's not right, because like you said, they were just playing 6-7. They were playing My Heart Will Go On from the famous Titanic movie, and they're playing some High School Musical during the JV match. I don't know what's going on here, but I think it's going to be a fun one.
But I think we can learn something from High School Musical. Both teams have to hit that outside J tonight if they are to win. We need some three-pointers. If you don't hit the three ball, it's really hard to win in the OHSAA. We saw it last Friday with Minerva. They were 0 for 9 from 3 against Sandy Valley. They lost by 8.
Those threes would have made the difference. Also, I really like the High School Musical reference.
You have to incorporate it.
You really do. And that's what it's about, in the broadcasting business. Make use of what's there for you. They give us High School Musical, we take High School Musical.
It's very much like stand-up comedy. They're giving us the pieces. We have to make some comedy, or in this case, some references with it. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that great scene from Ted as well. That gets us taken off the air pretty easily. But you look at this Northwest team, a very talented squad coached by Kevin Lower, the head coach, Pac-7 Coach of the Year last season. And in his first game of 25-26, he officially has eclipsed the 200-win mark, 200 on the dot. He wants 201 tonight. On the opposite end of things, in year number 2, is Nick Strompel at the helm for Marlington. Not win number 200, slash that by 20. He's going for win number 10 tonight.
And I think that's what it's about for him, is kind of establishing a little bit more of a basketball culture. They won the first game of the year, which is big for them. I think they can keep it rolling going forward. A tough loss last week against Fairless, but putting that loss aside, I think these are two good teams, and I think two hungry teams at that, whether it's trying to build on a team that you've established, if you're Northwest, and if you're Marlington, trying to establish that team.
And we go back to last year, 45-40, a very close game. That wasn't their only close loss of the year, Marlington. I have key losses on here. Carrollton by 6, New Philly by 5 in OT, Talmadge by 1 in regulation, CCC, Canton Central by 3 to round out the regular season before Howland. I mean, they've lost a lot of these tough matchups, these close matchups, very similar to what we saw from Nordonia last Friday, 1-8 in the prior season in games decided by 10 or less. And Marlington, unfortunately, is going down a very similar slippery slope to the Knights.
Yeah, I think they just have to. The big one is being able to close those games out and limit the mistakes again.
And with that in mind, we will toss things down to our PA announcer, and she will get us underway with our pregame announcements, the national anthem, and our starting lineups.
If your child gets hurt playing sports, trust the team at Akron Children's Sports Health. They provide everything from injury and concussion care to sports rehab and nutrition, so your athlete can get back to the sports they love. Akron Children's is the official sports health services provider for Akron Zips Athletics, and your child will receive that elite level care too. Learn more at akronchildrens.org/sportshealth. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by both schools. Though both school teams are rivals, they are expected to display good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and we request the same from all fans. Everyone in attendance is reminded to respect the game. The officials assigned to this game have met the requirements set by the OHSAA and have been assigned based upon the process approved by the OHSAA's Board of Directors. The officials for this game are Tracy Groff, Hannah Groff, and Mar Hodges. Now let's meet the players in tonight's game. From Northwest High School, number 1, senior Olivia Greenfield. Number 11, junior Allie Sheriff. Number 14, Ashland Lazarus, sophomore. Number 24, Jessica Mady, senior. Number 42, Arlie Rock, sophomore. Their varsity assistant coach, Cooper Ross, and head coach, Kevin Lowney. Now from Marlington Dukes, number 1, Bailey Peace, sophomore. Number 4, Marissa Walter, junior. Number 3, Rosalind McCarty, junior. Addison Wittensolder, number 12, senior. Ella Wittensolder, number 22, senior. Assistant coach, Leah Coley, Jillian Hawks, and Tyler Scholler, and head coach, Nick Stropple.
Well, there you have it, the starting lineups for both squads in tonight's matchup. Both teams, as we said in the introduction, looking for a big early December victory. It is December 1st. After all, that is a key thing to look at, as somehow in some way, it is already the final month of the year. Cooper, I really can't believe that.
No, I can't either. And, you know, you can really tell on the way over here, I was just brutally shocked at how dark it was. I mean, the days really are getting shorter. It is that winter time of year, but that means it's basketball season, baby.
It is indeed basketball season. Both teams hungry. Both teams need this win. Northwest, they have traveled a very good student section tonight. It is beach themed for them, a really stark contrast to what it is outside and the weather that we are expecting tomorrow, that being, I believe, 2 to 4 inches of snow. So we're going to go from there and see what happens. Last year, once again, 45-40. So this was a close game between these two teams. But all that matters is the here and now, and we are off to the races here in Alliance, Ohio. Marlington in their home white jerseys wins the opening tip, but Northwest immediately takes it away, and an immediate three. The bucket not going to follow. Rebound by Marlington. Bailey Peets picks it up, and here they come in transition. Marlington, a very solid team last year, 8-15, but so many close games, averaging just over 40 points per game, and that is where they find themselves this season, 40 on the dot through 2 contests.
Yeah, and you know what? I really like the pace, getting out hot from Northwest, just as soon as possible, take a shot. And you know what? I don't hate it for them. Like you said, 3-ball is the way to go in the OHSAA. You have to be able to hit the 3. And to hit it, you have to shoot it. I mean, they really got that one out there fast.
And now the Dukes will try it again. Inside the key, it's Ella Witten-Soldner, one of the star players of this team. And a violation will give the ball right back to Northwest. Violations are the name of the game, especially in OHSAA girls basketball this season. We've seen so many, especially from Minerva, and that has really cost them in so many key situations.
And I feel like it kind of comes back to when we were introducing the game, you have to limit the mistakes, whether that's travels, paint violations, whatever it may be. You have to be able to control those small mistakes and do what you can to win the game.
And now Northwest trying to run their offense. Top of the arc, now good spacing outside to the near wing. And the 3 will not follow suit. Ella Witten-Soldner averaging 10 rebounds per game. Comes down with her first of the night. And Marlington takes it the opposite way. Peets, an immediate triple team. And it'll be a jump ball, and the arrow keeps it down here.
Northwest again, just coming down and taking another 3. You know, that's the name of the game for them. They've already shot 2. That second one took a bit of a crazy bounce off the top of the backboard. But just like you said, Ella Witten-Soldner, getting the rebound, as she's done so well this year.
McCarty takes it off the inbound for the Marlington Dukes. Still no score, and it's another jump ball. Not quite. They will say foul first. Actually, now they say jump ball. Initially, they did the signal for a foul and then flipped the decision. I would say that is a jump ball. That's the right decision, and that is the power of being able to control possession. You get the basketball back, and you do your job, and now all of a sudden your offense has another chance to score first tonight. And whichever team scores first gets a big bump given how long it's taken so far for a team to get on the board. Both teams scoreless through 1 minute and 20 seconds of action. Greenfield at the M, now far side. Arlie Roth, the sophomore. Roth driving inside just outside the paint, now kicks it back out wide. The spacing of Northwest has been good so far, still trying to create the best shot of the night. They've had a couple of great opportunities thus far. Greenfield far side bounces it just outside the paint. Lazarus boxing inside, but Peets picks it up on the rebound and is able to get it through a bunch of Indians. And here comes Marlington up the other end. Peets, immediate pressure from the Marlington Dukes. They have zeroed in on her so far, and now it's intercepted. Scherer, the junior, one of the star players on this team, goes coast to coast and off the glass, no good. Loose ball inside the paint, and it is taken away by the Marlington Dukes. Good resilience by them. Back out of play, and it will stay with Marlington, and here comes some substitutions.
And possession there for Marlington. You have to give credit to Ella Witten-Soldner in that one. She was on the ground, got the rebound, and then was able to as well pass it out, which is greatly impressive. You know, like you said, shows some incredible hustle, and the Marlington defense so far has been great. They've been able to allow Northwest to shoot but not make any shots.
Odie immediately double team, averaging 19.5 on the year, and that'll be a foul on Walter. So clock stops, 5:38 left to go in the first.
And I think the taking the foul there is not a terrible choice for Marlington, judging on how Northwest already had one really good opportunity on a fast break. You don't want them to get another one. There's only so many that they can miss.
And at this point, we're wondering when the first shot of the game is going to fall. Now 2.5 minutes in, still no score between two teams that can score, both averaging above 40 points per game last season and this season so far, albeit in a combined 3 games. Good pass down low, kept in play, but Peets picks it off for the Marlington Dukes. And once again, the home team takes it up their end. Pete's high pass, almost out of play, but intercepted. Scherer takes it back up towards Northwest side, and a mean shoulder into Odie. Now swung out to the wing. Haney drives inside. The mid-range jumper not going to fall. The putback is there, and Northwest is on the board.
And it looked like that was Ashlyn Lazarus there with the rebound and the putback, and that's just a great play by her.
Marlington wasting no time, driving down the other end, and it'll be an and one opportunity for Marissa Walter.
Marissa Walter showing the physicality, able to just get inside, drop the right shoulder in there, make enough space to shoot, but not enough space where the defender feels comfortable, and gets the and one there.
And now if she can make this and one, Marlington takes their first lead of the night. All it took was one basket to go in. We kind of figured that would be the case, but now that we're seeing it on display, that is a good sign of things to come for this game. It's a slow start, yes, but there's plenty of basketball to be played here tonight in Marlington.
Yeah, I would say after the put back by Lazarus, it was only maybe 5 seconds until Marlington went down and said, hey, we want to score too.
And here comes the and one opportunity, and it is good. So she will complete the three-point play. And for the first time this season at home, Marlington is on top. And an immediate double team on the opposite end. Good pressure by Marlington, but Northwest able to work out of the pressure. Greenfield bounces inside the paint. The shot a little bit wide left. Odie, a mid-three Indians, picks up the rebound. The Dukes wasting no time. The freshman goes coast to coast. It's Witten Soldner, and she is taken to the ground. No foul called, and Northwest will push the pace up the opposite end. A lot of physicality early on in this one. Marlington wants to travel, not going to get it. And in the wing on the far side, Baum drives inside. She goes to the ground on the baseline. No foul called, and the Dukes will try it again.
The Dukes now looking to slow it down after a bit of a action-packed 15 seconds there. The trap on the far side.
And it's 5 seconds going the other way.
And there you go. The defense from both teams right now has just been incredible. Initially, I think what was greatly benefiting the Dukes, it looked like they were running a 2-3 zone on defense, which is great for not letting any shots get inside. They shoot the three, but none of those threes went in. And I think the defense from Marlington has been great so far, but Northwest has had some incredible traps just like that one, which forced the 5-second violation. Now Northwest looking to move it around as they have done so well.
And they have to take the plus shots. A plus shot in the far corner, not going to fall, and it's an off-ball foul on Northwest. A lot of fouls early on. That is their third. So one more to give before putting Marlington in the bonus, assuming that is the decision. And now the foul, I believe, has been registered. But now 3-2. Marlington in control, courtesy of a three-point play. The question is, how many points is going to be enough to win this one? Early on, it doesn't look like too many, but we saw it on Saturday. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And the Dukes know that all too well. Bailey Peets uncontested, unable to get that one to fall, and Northwest will take the rebound. That is Eichelberger with the board for Northwest. And here they come up the opposite end. 3:35 on the clock. A long-range triple, and it will fall. Olivia Greenfield from downtown.
And that was a deep three. I mean, that wasn't foot on the line. She had a few steps to go there, but she said a hand down, man down, and she took the shot, and it pays off.
Pack first team for a reason last year. Peets to answer. A little bit too strong on the attempt. And Northwest will pick up the pace once again. A lot of strong rebounds from them. It's another wide open look. That three off the inside back iron. And we will have our third jump ball of the night. Just like the first one, it'll go to Marlington.
And Greenfield, with Peets taking that quick fall, shooting the three, you can't hate it. She's shot them so well. I mean, we just saw her draining the deep three there to put the Indians up 5-3.
And here comes Odie up the opposite end. Good pass to the far wing. A little bit of hesitation from the Dukes. And now the swing to the wing for Bailey Peets. And once again, a little bit off kilter. That time too far back on the rim. Northwest, once again, some great defense. And here comes their offense, looking for more. It's Eichelberger off the iron. Good box out inside the paint. And it'll be a blocking foul before the ball goes out of bounds. And that'll keep it on this end.
And in terms of Marlington's offense right there, we saw Pete's third three in a row, third miss in a row. But if she keeps getting wide open like that, you can't really be that mad if she keeps on shooting them.
You have to take the plus shots. We've talked about that already, especially in a game that is going to be decided by not too many points. You have to do that. That shot not going to fall for Northwest. The putback follows suit. Witten-Stollner goes to the ground, and it is a travel trying to take possession.
You just can't lift your feet off the ground when you're falling with possession of the ball, anything like that. You have to be a little more careful. That time, a mistake goes in favor of the Indians.
And another inbound play. They go right to the corner. Baum, give and go. It's Greenfield, top of the arc, inside the key. A shovel pass outside. Eichelberger once again not going to get that one to fall. Witten-Stollner, no travel this time. And instead, it's a foul on Northwest.
And Witten-Stollner has just been a rebounding machine for the Dukes. I mean, I would say that's probably the fourth one that she's grabbed today. I mean, she's been on top of it for them.
Once again, averaging a double-double, 10 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. So a very strong start to her senior year. And Northwest, they are ready to make a full line change. Pete's pretty much uncontested, unable to get the lucky roll. The putback follows suit, and Northwest picks up the rebound. The Indians getting lucky. Now a wide open three, airballed. And picked up by Rosalind McCarty, nearly walking, able to get her feet set in time. Good pass, but deflected. She will get her own missed pass. Pete's in the wing, now to the corner. It's Walter. Off the iron, rebound, Witten-Stollner with the hook, no good. And it's a strong block by the Indians.
And it's another rebound for Witten-Stollner. I mean, she has just been great with those rebounds. And then not only that, but her passing has been great. We saw on that recent opportunity for Pete's, she was just able to sneak it inside. Pete's missing, but Witten-Stollner, I think she's been on top of her game today.
They just have to find a way to score. Greenfield, another three. That one is on points. She now has 6 this evening.
And both of her points being threes. I mean, she's just on fire from three right now. I mean, both of them being fairly deep, I would say. Again, not toe on the line threes, but a step or two back.
Good drive the other way, and it is an easy charge call. Baum did make the basket, but it will not matter. It goes the other way. And that one was pretty clear from here.
And that was beautiful. And that is a picture perfect, set the feet, fall. I mean, that is a beautiful showing how to take the charge there. I mean, that's fundamentals. I learned that in middle school basketball.
And Coach Lower makes a complete line change, as we said. He now officially has done it. Very interesting to see that in game number 2 of the season. We did see it for some teams this weekend. Bully Name boys in their first game did that exact thing. But this kind of late in the season, you can kind of feel like once you hit December, kind of odd to see it, but he is one of the best in the business for a reason. That three, no good from Pete. Rebound goes to Northwest. That is Lazarus. Already 2 points on the board. Now has a rebound. And a wide open look for Scherer. Not going to get that one to go, but a rebound once again by Lazarus, finding a wide open Indian. Same result, no good, but a third chance here for Northwest after a second rebound. And they won't get it, but a third rebound, a fourth chance now in the sequence. The ball is loose inside the paint, and I think this one is a jump ball. It won't matter, it stays on this end, but if you are Marlington, you can't buy a rebound right now.
Especially not when you have 6'1", Ashlyn Lazarus just going up and getting him over you. I mean, she's hustling for him, looking like Kenneth Fareed, just going on, getting rebound after rebound, just having grit.
I'm going to come back to that one. Here's another three for Northwest. In and out, no good. There is a lid on the cup. Lazarus can't get it to go, and Pete's immediately double-teamed in the backcourt, but Marlington will keep it. All right, back to Kenneth Fareed. He wasn't your time?
He wasn't quite my time, but, you know, I had to give him a shout. There's that famous clip of him going up and getting like 5 rebounds of his own shots on the same possession.
I like it. Good tip there by Scherer on the steal, and she finishes with the 2.
And let me tell you, she just went up for that tip. I mean, she jumped it perfectly.
And no inbound to end the first quarter. Northwest, a strong rally, down 3-2 early on, and they are currently on an 8-0 run. Greenfield leading the charge with 6-1. It is Northwest 10, Marlington 3. This is the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, Firefighters and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Through one, it is Northwest in control. 10-3 your score on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA basketball in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. He's Cooper Fontaine. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Marlington got an and one from Walter, but since then, nothing in the scoring department. It's an 8-0 run as of late for Northwest. The Dukes trying to change that here. Not going to get it to happen. McCarty misses a little bit right, and Northwest will push the pace up the opposite end. Is Greenfield controlling this offense for Northwest, an offense that last year averaged just under 54 points per game. Scherer, a leader in that regard last year. All-Ohio honorable mention for the Indians in their 21-3 season. So a very good year for them last year. Undefeated Pac-7 champions. Greenfield top now shovels right. Eichelberger. Bomb in the far wing, back top. Greenfield, a wide open look. And it won't go off the top of the backboard. And the rebound goes to Addison Witten-Soldner. And there is the first foul of the second quarter.
And now I think that was like the second kind of crazy bounce that we've seen today, is just the ball, bouncing off the back iron and hitting the top of the backboard. And it was on that same rim. I know you said it's like there's a lid on the rim, but there might be something going on. Maybe some extra springs or something.
We need a ladder to go check on halftime to do some investigative reporting, if you will. Odie takes it up the near side for the Marlington Dukes and slips. Surprised they didn't call a travel. Now a jump ball. It goes to Northwest either way. But I'm kind of surprised with that slide and with her kind of holding on to the basketball, they didn't say she walked.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a, maybe a wipe the dust off your shoes moment or clean the court moment. I feel like it's not normal to slip like that on a basketball court. But, yeah, either way, surprised they didn't call her for a walk there.
Ball now top of the arc. It's Megacy. Now Greenfield leading the way with 6 points for the Indians. And now a drive. Scherer inside the paint, finishes with the right. She now has 4.
Little hesitation pump fake and a floater inside. That's a nice look right there, especially when, the three's not open for Northwest. That's what they've been shooting so far, and that's what's got them to this 9-point lead. But, any port in the storm for the Indians.
And officially it is a kill shot for Northwest, a 10-0 run since going down 3-2. So back-to-back broadcasts, we have a team leading 3-2, then allowing a kill shot. A weird kind of ESPN stat. McCarty swings to the corner. Peets keeps it in play. Now Odie boxing inside, slipping through traffic, unable to get the putback to go. And the rebound goes to Northwest. They're not satisfied with a 10-0 run. They want more. Greenfield shovels the ball. Now a quarterback pass to the near side, Scherer. And Greenfield, a wide open look. Again, not going to get it to go, but the cleanup crew does.
And there you go. You take the 3, get the rebound, put it back in. Northwest still looking for the 3s. That's I think, the focal point of their offense so far, especially with Greenfield. I mean, we've already seen what she can do. She had 2 threes in the first. We got to see what they try going forward.
And the focal point of this offense is their defense, not allowing any points in the last couple of minutes. Northwest has been so strong defensively. They just want to keep it going. If Northwest can't score, or rather, if Marlington can't score, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. And there is a foul called on the Dukes, as that is Eichelberger going to the ground.
And it looked like she just maybe caught the ankle of another. It didn't look quite like a push, but still, I think that's probably the right call to make there.
If you're Marlington, what do you have to change here to score?
I think right now you have to control the mistakes. Right now, Northwest has turned a lot of defense into offense, as we mentioned. They have a very strong defense. They forced a lot of turnovers. They've capitalized off a lot of either mistakes from Marlington or force those mistakes to happen.
And speaking of mistakes, a loose ball picked up as a jump ball. We've seen so many today. And once again, it's Ella Wittensolder getting the ball back for Marlington.
I mean, she's nice. Double-double for the Dukes. Get boards. Like, that's the kind of person you want on your team to just get some rebounds.
And maybe some points here as she drives inside. And she does get points right on cue.
I mean, there you go.
It's like she heard what we were saying. The run will end at 12-0 for Northwest. They want to start a new run here, and they will. It's a 3 from straight away for Ashlyn Lazarus.
Lazarus, who is so tall and such a great rebounder, can also shoot the ball as well. That ball bounces off a player trying to sub in for the Dukes.
And I believe that basketball will go to Northwest. We go back to the mistakes. Those are the mistakes that you can't have at this point in the game.
And those are also the mistakes that Northwest has been capitalizing over so well, and their ability to answer.
And a beautiful pass inside to Lazarus, but can't get the 2 to follow. Walter immediately trapped, and a foul is called. But that was excellent court vision off the inbound.
And I tell you what, I really like that inbound play. Just set a few screens. You have the height. It's the perfect advantage, but unable to finish. Still, I think that's a great look, and it shows another one of the, great positives towards Northwest is I think they all know when to make the right pass. Their ball movement, trying to get some three-pointers on the board has just been incredible.
And speaking of incredible, this defense continues to be suffocating. Great drive by Roth. In and out, no good. Rebound goes to Rosalind McCarty, and the Dukes will try it again. But right away, it's Roth taking it away, getting past McCarty, but not Odie. Excellent defense by the freshman. Marlington wasting no time. Walter driving inside, picks up Witten-Soldner. She will bobble, but finishes off the window.
And there's Witten-Soldner again, kind of the backbone here for the Marlington Dukes, able to get rebounds.
And a 3 in response will fall. It is raining baskets. It's the senior Lily Lyons.
And just like I said earlier, Northwest has that ability to answer, whether it's with 3 or with 2. I mean, Northwest is there.
And the defense still suffocating. Witten-Soldner high points it inside the paint. Has a potential outlet in Pete's. Instead, it's ripped away by Roth. The sophomore's defense has been turned up in this second quarter.
I mean, that was like, I think.
Candy from a baby.
That was like 5'3" blocking 6 foot. That was incredible.
We've seen it, but it's like taking away candy from a baby. It's just that easy for her. Now a wing 3 for Lazarus. Airballed into the hands of Witten-Soldner. And a timeout is called by Coach Strumpel as he wants to talk things over with 3:10 on the clock in the first half. And I think that is the right call right now. This game has been tough for Marlington's offense. They can't get a steady rhythm. We go back to our last broadcast. Holy Name Olmsted Falls boys basketball. We pick up the positives. There's some good defense. There are some good shots in there. But the key thing missing for Holy Name this season is consistency. Same exact issue for Marlington. We're not seeing a consistent output from them, at least right now.
Yeah, I'd say so far the only way they've been able to find any buckets is through Ella Witten-Soldner, who has also been one of their best outlets of rebounding. I mean, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. She's been there for them, and I think they want to run their offense through her a little more going forward. But calling back to that amazing block, that reminds me of one of your famous YouTube shorts, Smee. I believe it was 5'8", block 6'7".
Aiden Butler blocking Nolan Kleinbiel. What a call.
Yeah, I just had to go in my bag a little bit. I'm remembering these are the OGs SmeeSports that.
And that was on Holy Name Athletics at the time.
Yeah, that was, I think that was probably one of the first times when I was exposed to SmeeSports. I was like, oh, what the heck? This is Holy Name. I know this school.
Good drive and a good finish at the basket for Marlington. It's Rosalind McCarty and a chance for another three-point play. But a great call out there. Both Kleinbiel and Butler still playing sports. Butler playing football now at Baldwin Wallace. Kleinbiel transferring mainly for baseball to North Royalton from Buckeye. So neither player 2 years removed at the same exact school that they were for that clip. But what a call out. I like it. Deep in the bag tonight. It's been a while.
Yeah, I had to pull out that Kenneth Farid, SmeeSports YouTube shorts.
And the and one rolls in.
That's a second and one converted for the Dukes.
And just like that, Northwest wasting no time, gets it right outside the paint. Good kick, but Pete's intercepts. And Marlington takes it up the opposite way, down by 10. An immediate double team trap. That trap defense, when it works, is so dangerous. Pete's nearly walking. Walter takes it on the tip. 2:40 left to play in the first half, and the action is heating up. Walter able to keep possession as Greenfield tips it into the backcourt. It's not on Walter's own accord, but that pass intercepted by Baum. Read the lane like a book, and now another Duke goes to the ground in the middle of the floor. Witten-Stolner diving on it. It's a jump ball. It stays down here, but a lot of bizarre things happening off the ball.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the second or third just slip that we've seen so far. Whether it's coming down the court or we saw one earlier with a Duke driving in. But, and speaking of odd things, that was probably the 20th jump ball this game. We've had a lot of jump balls. You got to get used to, obviously these teams in Northeast Ohio play with grit, but I've never seen this much hustle across the floor, getting loose balls.
Let him be physical. Intercepted by Marissa Walter in transition. It's a 3-on-2 for Marlington. Walter looking for some help, running out of time. Swings it outside for a wide open Bailey Peets, and she knocks it down! A massive 3 for Bailey Peets, make it a 7-point game. Northwest to answer. Another 3. It will fall! Back-to-back threes. That time Scherer.
And every time Northwest is going to answer, but you got to credit that Pete's 3 with the great setup by Marissa Walter.
And a loose ball. Northwest going to box on and pick this one up. That's some great defense. And the student section that traveled in from Canal Fulton is loving it. Scherer, an immediate back pass. Eichelberger, it's another triple. Back-to-back money balls for Northwest. And now they are up by 13.
Northwest is loving the three-point shot right now. Everyone's making them, especially as of, about these past 30 seconds.
McCarty, high pass. Ella Witten-Stolner top the arc, but you're absolutely right. A lot of threes. Pete's another, and it's just wide left. Not going to get it to go. Allison Witten-Stolner to Ella Witten-Stolner. Puts it off the glass and gets it to bank in.
And that's a tough bucket right there by Ella Witten-Stolner. She said, I don't care about the 3 ball. Let me get in here and get a little tough bucket in the paint.
Why not another 3? Why not another 3? Eichelberger now with 6. It's 29-15, and we have lost the plot with the money ball. So many triples in this first half in the last couple of moments, and there is a foul on Northwest.
Finally we get a breather. I mean, this has just been a little 3 ball back and forth. Besides, Ella Witten-Stolner getting a little action in the paint, but Eichelberger, just 2 back-to-back threes, a little 3-pointer before that. I mean, Northwest is really leaning on the 3 so far, especially in this second half. We've seen just how effective that can be for them.
Odie to the logo now. Allison Witten-Stolner on the far side. High pass, McCarty to the corner. Bailey Peets for 3, and it's going to bounce off the rim. No good. Rebound, Roth. Her defense has been great, but why not an offensive rebound? And a chance to run this offense once again. Lazarus with 5. Haney now. Final 5 seconds of the first half. Loose ball. Nobody has control, but at the buzzer, a forced shot. It's not going to go. And that will take us to halftime in Alliance. What a first half for both teams. But Northwest has the last laugh. Marlington got as close as 7 in the second quarter. But the Indians know how to make a couple threes. And we look at the stats through this first half. Scherer wasn't the leading scorer early on, but she now has 7, the highest scorer on the team for Northwest. Greenfield and Eichelberger each with 6, Lazarus with 5, Lyons with 3, and then one other player with 2 points for Northwest. As for Marlington, Peets has 3, McCarty and Walter also have 3, same with Witten-Stolner, rather no points for Witten-Stolner, and 6 for Ella Witten-Stolner. So there you go. That is the scoring breakdown from the first half. What has to change for both teams, especially Marlington, as Northwest right now, they can stay par for the course and win this game.
I think right now for Marlington, they really have to just lock in on defense. I talked about it early in the game. Their 2-3 zone was working to a picture perfection. I mean, they were allowing shots to get through, but they weren't allowing any to be made. They were getting enough effect on the ball where Northwest wasn't making any threes. I believe they took 3 and made none of them. But as the game went on, I think that integrity of that 2-3 broke down a little. I wasn't paying enough attention as I should have been. I wasn't really paying much attention to the Marlington defense. I don't know if they were continuing the 2-3 after that timeout, but I think the defense needs to improve mostly for the Dukes and just, again, clean it up a little on offense. But still a great game. It's not over yet. You still have 2 more quarters to play. Definitely I would say, a little more threes than we expected, but still a great game.
Right now your focus is on Kenneth Fareed and a bunch of other 2010s NBA players. I've gone down the rabbit hole naming players back and forth on my radio show, Sports After Dark. It doesn't end well. You hear some names, and then you get depressed knowing they're not playing basketball anymore.
Yeah, I mean, once I said Kenneth Fareed, I think I kind of got a little bit off track. You know, my mind started to wander. That's why I'm not focused on, our defensive schemes, but I'll have to lock it in the second half.
And you will have 8 minutes to do that at the break in Alliance, Ohio. It is Northwest 29, Marlington 15, as you are watching OHSAA girls basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Halftime at Marlington High School, your score Northwest 29, Marlington 15. You are watching OHSAA Girls Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Once again, he is Cooper Fontaine. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. A very intriguing first half there, Cooper. The offense took a while to get going for both teams, but we had a sequence in a 2-minute span. Everybody was hitting every three, and that was the best offense we saw today. However, Marlington still is struggling heavily. How do they get out of it?
I think right now you have to go to one of two people for them. You either have to go to Odie or you have to go to Witten-Solder. Both players are averaging double digits. I mean, Witten-Solder's averaging a double-double. She's been able to get some nice buckets for them in the paint. She's been able to rebound for them. Odie is what did she have? What's she averaging right now? 19,
I believe the stat sheet said 19 and a half.
19 and a half points a game.
Off the bench.
Coming off the bench, I think you got to be able to find her. You know, get her the ball at least a little bit more. Obviously, I don't know exactly what's in the cards for the Dukes, but I think offensively, you have to go through those two. Defensively, it's kind of what we talked about before the half, just cleaning things up a little, kind of try to find your rhythm again with the 2-3 zone that they were running at the start.
And here we are back to the action for the second half. McCarty drives underneath the basket, tries picking up Ella Witten-Solder, and on the tip, Ella keeps it. Now a chance to swing it back outside. McCarty top. Walter bounces it somehow back to McCarty. An immediate double team. She gets hit. No foul called. And now this one is thrown out of play.
And kind of like we touched on a bit, just kind of clean up the mistakes there. We can't have the wild passes like we're seeing. But other than that, you know, the ball movement was almost there for the Dukes. I think that could have been a strong possession had it ended slightly differently.
But now a chance really here for Northwest to put their foot on the gas and really tell Marlington that you need a lot to go right to get back in this game. And if they can, that really says a lot about this team and what they can be as a unit this year. Top of the arc, Scherer already with 7 points, the leading scorer tonight. Now to the corner, good pass. Hanny driving inside after getting rid of it. And there is the basket for Northwest. And they are on the board for the first time in the second half.
And that was just a beautiful possession. I mean, top to bottom, ball movement, smart plays. Everyone's making the right passes. And how about the back tap by there?
Excellent defense by Scherer, and a travel is called. And that'll go back to Marlington. But a nice basket there by Maggie Essie. She now has 4. But if you're Marlington, down by 16, you got to start hitting some shots. You got to start getting creative here. Creativity is key. You need shots in the first place. Marlington's defense really has not allowed too many shots to even get fired tonight.
And here's what I'll say. Creativity is a huge part of their volleyball team. They score in so many different ways. Danica Sarshone, Evanich Bogunovic, Callie Young. They're all incredible players, and they find different ways to score. I think the Marlington basketball team needs to find a little inspiration there.
And they will lose the basketball once again. No shots in the sequence. Northwest defense just too strong for them right now. And we'll see if that continues to be the case or not. If it does, then that says a lot about this team once again as the season goes on. Northwest, a very talented team. We'll see what they can do down the stretch. Another good opportunity for Maggie Essie. Unable to get that one to go. And Marlington pushes the pace the other way. It's Bailey Peets in the far wing. Goes top of the arc. Allison Witten-Solder. Now Walter driving inside and gets pickpocketed. Once again, Northwest defense unstoppable. Haney able to take it the other way. Now top to Roth. And this offense can't continue to function as a good cohort. Greenfield drives inside, and for the first time since the first quarter, she is on the board.
nonetheless on the board with the 2 rather than the 3. We know she likes shooting those 3s. She took quite a few in the first half. But right now, the defense for Northwest, there's another steal. I mean, they're just packing it on right now. Marlington hasn't even gotten a shot off in the third quarter.
In general, they're just doing more as things stand right now. Greenfield to the corner, now waiting for Roth, and it is off the iron, no good. Peets keeps it in play, and she gets double teamed for the jump ball, and Marlington takes it back. Was that one they could have let roll out of play?
I think that might have been one that they should have, the one that they should have let get away. You know, it was going out of bounds. You didn't have to get over there and pick it up. But the 3 ball by Roth, the attempt, again, I like it for Northwest. You're on a heater right now. You're just increasing the gap.
And another steal.
Another steal for them.
That is Maggie. Good pass. Scherer picks up Greenfield inside the paint. The hook, 2, not going to fall. Greenfield gets her own miss. Now Scherer for 3. Unable to get it to go. And another opportunity. Maggie with the rebound this time. Shot number 3 in the sequence. A little bit too low and right. Rebound Odie. And Marlington looks for their first shot in a little while with 5 to go in the third. Witten-Solner has some pressure from behind and draws the foul from Scherer.
This will be their first opportunity for some points on the board this third quarter off of their first shot of the third quarter. I think for Marlington, it's not about making the shots because they're making a pretty good amount of their shots. I think they need to find the opportunity to take more shots because most of the time for them, it's ending up in it's a positive play for them.
First of 2, no good, bouncing in and out. Looking ahead to our next broadcast, assuming Mother Nature does hold off, it'll be tomorrow night at Northwest High School, 7 p.m. tip-off. It is going to be Alliance and Northwest basketball. So that'll be an interesting matchup if it does happen. The second one also no good. Rebounded by Allison Witten-Solner. Marlington a second chance. Odie drives it inside and is able to put it in. It's 2 the hard way.
I think they were listening to me. They got to get Odie some buckets if they want to score. She's one of the best players on the team. Definitely the highest scorer. A good trap there by Northwest, but
a foul called.
End up with a foul.
And that's a big decision there. If you can continue to draw these fouls opposed to jump balls, that'll help you get back in this game. If you're Marlington, you look at the sequence of events. You're down by 16. You need some things to go right now. If you can score the next 6 points potentially, that'll make it a 10-point game, and it's a lot more manageable all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a much better look than just being down, 16, and, you're continuing to.
And there is the jump ball. Odie lost it.
Yeah, you're continuing to, make these small mistakes that are ending up not in your favor. But back to Alliance versus Northwest, that game last year, that was one of the best games I think I've ever watched. I mean, it was just incredible watching J.R. Jackson and everyone on the Alliance Aviator squad. Cam Burton was hitting some shots. I mean, it was just a great game. I really hope we see a thriller like that again, especially considering, I'm good friends with a lot of the players on the basketball team, and they want a great game as well. Good
Lazarus driving inside and gets that one to go over Witten-Solner.
Lazarus with a nice pump fake, I always like a pump fake, especially as maybe a less athletic player. You have to use a pump fake to your advantage, and Lazarus does so beautifully, getting open for a nice bucket and putting another one in the score column.
And Witten-Solner bounces that one out of bounds, and it goes right back the other way. It's these small mistakes, as you said, Cooper, that are really killing Marlington right now.
And I think that's kind of been my mentality from the start, was to limit those, and unfortunately Marlington, they haven't been able to. Other than that, their defense has been good. They're in the 2-3 like they started, but they just haven't had the opportunity to hone it in maybe as much as they would like to.
Roth gets tripped from behind by Odie, and that'll send her to the line for a pair.
Yeah,
kind of got caught up in the drive.
And I think that's, again, attributed to, if their defense is not meshing, they're forcing too many fouls. But then on offense, when they can get the ball up court, it's not always bad. They just have to get the ball up court first.
First of 2 is good. Arlie Roth on the board for the first time tonight.
A big contributor on defense for the Northwest Indians. She's had quite a few steals. The second one good as well.
So 2 for 2 from the line. And Marlington going to inbound. I'm very confused what's going on there. And it goes to Marlington. I was about to say.
I think no one from Marlington went to inbound the ball after the Northwest free throws.
But it is Marlington ball down by 20. And they need to get on their horse here and make something happen. But yet again, the defense too strong. It is Northwest basketball. And will we get a timeout? No, it's a jump ball. And it will go the other way. Yet again, it's Arlie Roth with the defense.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Who else? But she came in there, and if she would have got that steal, I think that would have been number 4 or 5 in the stat column for her. I mean, she's just been on fire on defense. And I think that's been a huge part of Northwest's game is their defense, forcing so many steals off of the Dukes.
Arlie Roth's defense so far, chef's kiss. And now driving inside, trying to get something from the field, and she gets it. 4 points and a whole host of steals. A true do-it-all performance. And there is a foul called, I believe, on Roth. And that'll be the 3rd of the frame on Northwest.
And you can't forget, Roth had that amazing block as well against Witten-Soldier. I mean, she's just there all day on defense.
In the Northwest student section, they have some words, and I believe it goes along the lines of, this is boring. They are making some comments. They are done with this one. They're ready to celebrate this victory. Up by 22. McCarty, far side for 3. Not going to get it to go. The rebound goes to Northwest. It is Eichelberger picking up the loose basketball. And the Indians will try it again on the opposite end. 39-17 your score. Lazarus, the high point pass, stripped from behind by Sampson and flung right back out to Roth. Marlington 1-1 in the year, trying to not drop below 500. Good poke out of bounds, and it will stay down here.
And there's exactly what you said Marlington should have done earlier. Lazarus let it fall out of bounds, knew it had been poked, and played it smart, and it remains Northwest ball.
And here comes a good inbound opportunity for the Indians, especially if they can find somebody off the inbound. A good immediate pass right there. Just couldn't get a shot off as Roth will run the offense. That inbound went to Lions that time. Roth driving through the defense. Now top for Lazarus. She will take the shot. It's off the front iron. Rebound Bailey Peets. Marlington not having the numbers, gets it pickpocketed, but it will stay down there with them.
And there's that back poke again. And who else but Roth, just poking it from behind, getting it out of bounds. Not forcing a turnover, but they got to slow the pace down and start from an inbound.
39-17, Northwest on top in the 3rd. They have really controlled their game since going down 3-2. This has been their contest. They need to inbound quickly just before the violation. Marlington has a chance to get a shot off here or two, but Roth once again gets in there, draws the jump ball. It will stay down here, but how many jump balls has she forced tonight?
I don't know, but she's been a menace on defense, okay? She's playing like she's got nothing to lose.
That's the worst kind of player to go up against, the gritty defensive player. It ruins your offense before it even gets started. It's not blocks, it's steals before a shot.
Yeah, I mean, she's playing like a, oh, there's another one. I mean,
somebody else this time. That is Baum going coast to coast. Can't get it to fall. It's out of play. It bounces off of a Duke, and Northwest will keep it.
I tell you what, Roth reminds me of, you know, like you said, one of those gritty defenders like a Pat Bev or a Tony Allen kind of NBA player comparison. You know, I had to go back to the NBA player references, but that really is what it is. I mean, she right now, I think she has more steals than points. I mean, she's phenomenal in the, whether it's, you know, even the intangibles, forcing jump balls, poking it out of bounds, just making a disturbance on the court for the Dukes.
So my question for Marlington is, you have Carrollton, a team that made it to their regional championship game last year on Wednesday. Where do you go from here?
I think you just have to kind of look at the shortcomings and just target that. Like right now, their scoring in the paint is good. They've converted and ones. They're not bad on offense. The problem, I think, still for them is just the small things, which, I mean, for them has came in many forms. I would say most of the time is either fouling or just, you know, not great passes, not having our heads in the game. It's just giving the other team too many opportunities, rather, off turnovers or whatever it may be. I think it's just they just need to polish it up right now, is what I'll say.
And polishing has to come quick if you are the Marlington Dukes, down 39-17. 2:10 on the clock in the third, and we are back to the action. Lazarus gets it poked from behind, but it is going to be a foul on Marlington. And some visible frustration from Coach Strompel on the far side, and I would say rightfully so there.
Yeah, I think that one was just all ball. Just got it out. Far corner.
And a quick inbound is Baum, and she gets tripped up. Back-to-back fouls. It's tough right now for the Marlington Dukes. They really can't buy a break.
And I think both of those fouls were on Gabby Sampson, the senior. And, you know, I don't know about the first one. The second one, maybe a little bit more, but another inbound here.
And we'll see if the trap works again for Marlington. But they get right through it, driving through the entire defense to Lazarus. Off the window, no good, but the putback goes in.
And there's Lazarus. I mean, just getting her own rebound and getting the bucket. She has been there when the Northwest Indians have needed it most. Not that they've been down by a lot or anything, but, you know, when they're in a little bit of a scoring drought, she's there to clean it up on the boards.
And there is Bailey Peets with a three from straight away. She now has 6.
But, yeah, Lazarus has been there to clean it up, get some easy buckets in the paint. But Peets shooting the ball, trying to get the Dukes back into it.
And Lazarus unable to get that one to go. Rebound Bailey Peets. Marlington now with 5 points in the second half. As for Northwest, they have a whole lot more than that. They have 12 so far, and that is giving them a commanding lead. The under the basket shot not going to go. Rebound goes to Marlington. Swung out for Witten-Sildner, and that one will fall as well. Back-to-back triples for the Marlington Dukes. That time Addison Witten-Sildner. Can they keep it going in the final minutes? That's the big question.
I think as long as they can continue to move the ball up and down the court safely and get clean shots off, I think they can.
One more three changes the dynamic. Roth drives inside, and there is a foul called before the ball gets loose. But those are 2 crucial shots from Marlington if they are to find a way back in it. And here comes a full change here for Northwest, as it is 5 in, 5 out, I believe.
And I think that's how most of their rotations have been, is just been 5 in, 5 out, like you said.
A quick inbound and a quick shot. Not going to go. Rebound Bailey Peets, and immediately the ball goes away from her. Loose ball, no jump called, and another opportunity for Northwest. It's off the iron. Greenfield picks up the miss. Now 25 seconds left to play in the third. So many offensive boards tonight for this Northwest offense, and that has given them so many second chance opportunities. The more the better for them. And finally they can find the nylon, as that time it is Scherer. She now has 9. So final 5 seconds of this third quarter. They have to get something off quickly here. 3 seconds left to go, and it's blocked before the buzzer. Excellent defense by Adelaide Horsfall.
And she was the one who had the strong rebound on the other side of the court and just ripped it away. She's got the power inside. She's a dog for them coming in, substituting for Ashlyn Lazarus, who's 6'1". Adelaide Horsfall, 6 foot. You got 2 giants here, I'll say, for the Northwest Indians. I mean, these are 2 big players who are going to get rebounds, and they have got rebounds, and they'll get blocks too. I mean, Northwest is on top of it defensively.
And now my question for you, where do you go next if you are the Marlington Dukes? Once again, we've been asking that question this whole game. You're down by 20 right now. Things aren't looking great for this game. Do you try to commit to a complete 180? Or do you try and say, let's find our starting 5 for Carrollton and go from there?
Yeah, I think you'll go with the latter on that one. As we mentioned, Odie averaging 19 off the bench. If we are to, you know, give some of these other players some PT that don't normally play, you can figure out a lineup that might mesh a little better going forward. So I think that is the way to go for Marlington. Maybe put in some other players. I think with their style of offense, I don't know if they'll be able to come back these 20 points that they're down right now. But regardless, I think coach will know the decision to make.
And down by 20, as you said, with 8 minutes to go. It's going to be a tough comeback if they are to get it done. But here we are in the fourth quarter. Marlington needs to have a flawless quarter, really, here. And we'll see how they start. Greenfield fling, Scherer far side, a shovel pass to the corner. Airballed, Wittenstolner goes for it. And it will go out of bounds, and it will stay down here with Northwest. A lot of plays just like that. And my question is, can they get some offensive rebounds taken away from Northwest? Wide open three, and it rolls in and out, no good. And that time it goes out of play off of Northwest. But back to the points, I misspoke for a second there. Can we start to see some defensive rebounds for Marlington? That has been, I would say, their biggest issue. The turnovers have been crucial, yes. But half the time, the possession doesn't even start because they can't get the rebound.
That's also true. And, you know, I think it's hard when, you know, as I mentioned, you're rebounding against Ashlyn Lazarus, who's 6'1", and Adelie Horsfall, who's 6 foot. And for, I would say.
And an excellent interception. That is Greenfield picking it up in the corner. And the offense of Northwest gets right back to it. Scherer far side for three, off the front iron. And there is a defensive rebound for Ella Wittensoldner right on cue.
And so there's what I was going to say is when you only have one true center for the Dukes, I would say who's Ella Wittensoldner, who matches that 6 foot of Adelie Horsfall. But that's only one player compared to Northwest 2. And when they're going a 5-in, 5-out rotation, you know, it's a little harder to match that rebound total.
Back-to-back steals, each team trading turnovers, and it's back to Marlington. Wittensoldner in the key, looking for an outlet, accidentally picks up Pete, who goes back top. Allison Wittensoldner, far side, Marissa Walter, 6:45 left to go in regulation, still a 20-point game. High pass, Allison Wittensoldner in the corner, hesitated too long. Now the window collapses and has nowhere to go. She will walk with it, and Northwest forces yet another turnover.
And there's that defense just coming in clutch again, you know. You don't want to let them get going. Northwest offense already had 2 good opportunities on their first possession. Two threes in like 20 seconds, and then they're just able to stifle Marlington for that long. They're like running down the clock right now, just taking the shots that they want and doing what they can on defense.
And if you're Northwest, speaking of running down the clock, you have no pressure to shoot anytime soon. Just keep passing this one around and seeing what happens. You get a great look, you take it. Otherwise, you let that clock continue to dwindle. Beautiful pass inside the paint, just overshot. That one went to number 11, Scherer inside the paint. That was beautifully positioned by Northwest. And now they will give him a foul as Pete gets pushed out of bounds.
And the one thing I think that's most underrated so far about this Northwest squad is that they are definitely a pass-first team. They are all able to make that extra pass. That's why they have so many open threes. And like you saw in a few of their inbound plays or a lot of the plays that they're setting up from outside the three-point line, is their players are going to make perfect passes, absolutely on point with where the ball needs to be.
The putback not going to happen there. Great swarming ability by Northwest. And they will try and take this one away from Ella Wittensoldner. And there is the block. Nicely done by the Indians. This defense still not giving anything. And another beautiful pass. And there is the finish.
And that's Horsfall on both ends. Absolutely emasculating on one end with the block. Just engulfing. And then getting the pass on offense, coming down and getting in the paint, getting active.
Wittensoldner goes to ground, plays it outside for McCarty, and McCarty's three is there. Rosal McCarty now with 6.
You know, a little unorthodox, but you have to find creative ways to score.
And now Northwest with 5:10 on the clock looks for an answer. They have responded so well to the 3-ball today, usually with one of their own. Horsfall back out wide. Greenfield controls with 5 minutes on the clock in regulation. If the result does hold Northwest, they would improve to 2-0 on the year. Marlington would drop to 1-2. Marlington back in action, though, Wednesday against Carrollton to open up EBC play. Greenfield inside the arc, goes top. Scherer thought about it, now drives on Pete, goes through the defense, but pickpocketed by McCarty. Pete picks it back up for the Marlington Dukes. And here comes their offense, and they need some quick points once again. Walter, top for Bailey Peets. Bailey inside the key driving, draws the foul. Foul number 2 in the quarter against Northwest.
And looking back to that Northwest possession, I really liked what I saw there. A little wheeling and dealing. Scherer gets inside on the drive and then just drops it off. Although the ball was deflected, that's that pass-first mentality. She had the lane. She's driving in, but she sees her teammate and tries to drop it off for the better look. And I think that's what you have to look for in a team is being able to know when to make the right play. And I think the play that was trying to be made was definitely the right play.
Inbound opportunity for the Dukes. They need to get it in quickly here, and they finally are able to bring it back into the mix. Peterson, 2 Pete's in the wing, and she way overshoots that one. Lions with the easy rebound for Northwest, and with 4:20 remaining, once again the Indians will possess the basketball. What a good drive inside. The 2 not going to follow for Roth, and it should be a jump ball, and that'll give the basketball right back to Marlington.
That's been our first jump ball in a while. I know we had quite a few in the first half and then a few in the third, but I think that might have been our first of the fourth.
And here comes the inbound for the Dukes. They have no time left to mess around. Make a 3 here. It's a 16-point game. You have some life if you can play the game the right way. Witten-Solner driving inside, creates some space, and takes the 2 for herself. A big-bodied finish.
Witten-Solner just too strong inside, 1 bump.
But a wide-open 3 to answer, and there it is! The dagger for Northwest.
And there's the defense, I would say, that needs to tap in. You know, not everyone's back down court to play D, and Northwest is just wide open, too wide open.
Every big basket has a response from Northwest, and it's usually a 3. And now Peterson shoving an Indian to the ground. A heavy push on the screen, no foul called. Now it's Witten-Solner from long range, not going to get it to go. Loose ball spills to Peterson, and she will draw the foul. But how didn't we have one down below?
And I'll be entirely honest, I wasn't paying complete attention to the screen. It looked like a screen. I saw her feet set, but, you know, it looked like she fought through a little with the arms and gave a little shove there. But you know what? I would say a hard screen setter myself, you know, you kind of get that a lot. You know, how's that not a foul? So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that was just a nice, strong screen. But,
some kindness from Cooper Fontaine at the end of the broadcast. Good pass into the corner for the Dukes. Another good drive. Loose ball inside the paint, deflected, and it goes back to the Indians. And they want to cap off the night with some extra points, and there it is. Haiti now with 5 in a row. And Northwest is halfway to 100, now at 50. Evanich plays it near side. Peterson driving on Haney, now back out wide into the wing for Evanich. Walter in the key. A wide open Duke calling for it, not going to get it. Instead, it's Peterson wide open. Airballs it out of play, but kept alive by Northwest. Lions could have let it go, but instead they will naturally run their offense. Final 2.5 in regulation. Stay with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports when this one is all said and done. Roth, a mid-range, and it's going to fall. She now has 6 on top of all of the steals.
And that was a absolute cash mid-range. I love the mid-range game. You know, it shows integrity.
Evanich takes the 3, and she has it! It's Chloe Evanich from downtown.
The volleyball star, you know, able to show a little three-point shooting ability.
And on the opposite end, it's a 2 to respond for Northwest.
Northwest is right there again. But, you know, Roth with the mid-range, I like that. I don't think enough high schoolers take mid-range shots, and that was smooth. Like, you could see the rotation on the ball. She shot it straight, nothing but net. I like that.
And we're getting some chance for the Northwest student section.
There we go.
I like it. I'll take it. We're there tomorrow. We'll take it.
Well, tomorrow, you know, I won't be, you know, on the same side as the Northwest.
They won't be chanting "We Love Cooper." I'll tell you that right now.
No, they won't be chanting "We Love J.R. Jax." Well,
that's also very true. Very, very true.
That's an ominous foreshadowing, I think. Well,
it's ominous if we play.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If we don't play a game, it's ominous for no reason.
You're right.
We're going to have no game. I'm going to have to trudge to my Spanish class. It's not going to be a good day. Fingers crossed we play. I want to play that game so bad.
Dude, oh, man. I'm just getting like flashbacks right now to watching J.R. Jackson.
Never a broadcast without J.R. Jackson's name getting mentioned. And we're playing girls basketball.
We could be playing girls soccer, and we'd be talking about J.R. Jackson.
Oh, man.
In the
Wide
corner.
open look. Not going to go. Loose ball spills over to Northwest, and they will take this one.
Horsfall there for the rebound, as she always is. So wide open in the corner.
Yet another opportunity. That time rolls in and out, but they are able to clean it up. The basket not going to fall. One more opportunity. Very nearly a walk. It's a jump ball instead, and it stays down here.
And, you know, I was going to say, you're Northwest. Why not let it fly? It's the end of the game. Last minute and a half. You know, you're in the corner. Maybe it's even slightly contested. That's a shot that you can afford to take.
And here comes the inbound for the Indians, and it's an immediate shot. Airballed and out of play. She stepped out of bounds trying to keep it alive. That is Leah Hudson, the sophomore.
You know, and again, why not let it fly?
I like the idea right now. I mean, there's nothing to lose for either team. Northwest is going to improve to 2-0, and then from there, we'll see what happens. Here's another three for the Dukes. It is a little bit wide to the left, a little shallow on the attempt, and there is another jump ball. This time, it goes the other way.
What is that, jump ball three in the fourth quarter? We're picking it back up again. You know, they saw they were off their marks on jump balls, so.
I mean, it happens. It's a very physical game, and when it's played the right way, you have some very memorable moments. Northwest, this is the start of another great season. They lost in the district semis last year. It's unfinished business for them, and in 1 minute, they will pretty much correct a result from last year, only winning by 5. This time out, 23 as things stand. A big difference from last year, and there is the interception for Marlington. Lillian Witten-Soldner able to intercept, and the Dukes push the pace up the other end. And now they just look for some final shots to really give them some confidence entering the Carrollton game on Wednesday. There's the hook shot, not going to fall for Peterson. Rebound goes to Northwest, and they want more. They are not satisfied quite yet. And there is the pressure by Marlington. It is foul number 1 for them in the quarter.
You know, I think in this third quarter, I've seen a lot of good things from Marlington. They did a good job controlling the fouls. You know, not as many mistakes. A lot more productive on offense. They were able to get the ball up the floor better. I think last quarter of the game, it's a good look at what they need to continue to do going forward.
And another good steal that time, Witten-Soldner. Final 15 seconds of this one. Once again, stick with us when we're done, as we will have our player of the game announcement. And there is the basket for Lillian Witten-Soldner. I believe her first 2 as a varsity Duke. So a bright spot for Marlington entering conference play on Wednesday against Carrollton. And at the buzzer, it's one final and one for good measure. One more opportunity to send them back to Canal Fulton happy.
And Horsfall has, that's not Horsfall. My apologies. I stand corrected. It's Isla Hudson getting a little and one at the end of the game. 0.8 on the clock. You know, this has been just such a fantastic game. Closing out there.
And she will get the and one, and that should do it as Evanich inbounds it. That'll do it here from the Marlington Duke Dome. Your final score, Northwest 57, Marlington 33. A productive victory for the Northwest Indians, now improving to 2-0 on the year. And for Coach Lower, win number 201 for him. A tremendous record for him against Revere, so congratulations to him. But now he has his sights set on 250, and if his girls can play like this year, it's not out of the realm of possibility to say that in the next 3 years, he does get all the way up to 250 and can continue pushing forward to potentially get to 500 before his tenure is done. 57-33 your final from the Duke Dome. One final word from our sponsors, and we will be back on to announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Marlington High School. Your final 57-33. Northwest takes down the Marlington Dukes. Your player of the game presented by SmeeSports. All right, where do we go with this one? I mean, we can go Roth with the defense. We can go Scherer as the highest scorer, or Greenfield who got things going. What do you want to do? Or Lazarus even.
Yeah, that was my problem is, we're trying to figure out the score bug, after the game. We're trying to figure out the score bug, who's going to be player of the game. Honestly, I don't even know if I could pick because this is a really well-balanced Northwest team. I think we might have to go, oh, man.
There's only one. I have one graphic that I can actually use, so we're going to do one.
Oh,
I'm punishing you here a little bit. You have to pick one.
Okay.
You're telling me player of the game. You do it.
All right, I'm going to call it here. Listen, I think the biggest impact, the intangibles here, I think, is what made it for me. Gimme Roth. She had the steals.
I like it.
She still had, I believe, 6 points, was it?
Yep. 6
points, but I think the steals, she had a block against a 6-foot center. She had so many just back taps, getting the ball out of bounds, stopping momentum. I think she was the anchor of this team. She was kind of the heart of the team. They played defensively through her, and I'm going to have to go player of the game, but you really put me on the spot there with that one.
You said it. They can't blame me if they don't like it. It's Arlie Roth, your player of the game, presented by SmeeSports. I think that's a great pick. Her defense was tremendous. Those steals, that really changed the game. Without those steals, this could be a completely different game.
Yeah, I mean, and the ability that Northwest had to capitalize off of those steals, I think take those steals away, that's like minus 12 points.
And if you add maybe a couple more for Marlington, we get into that kind of gray area to see what could happen at the end of that game. But
it gets a little closer to how it was last year, which was, I believe, a 5-point game.
5-point game, 45-40. But you look at the next 5 for Northwest. Tuslaw, Carrollton, Orville, Minerva, Fairless. 4 really winnable games and 1 really, to use the words they use up in Cleveland, a grimy game against Carrollton. That is going to be one heck of a contest, really.
Yeah,
both teams really good.
It's going to be a dogfight.
Dogfight's the best way to say it. If you want to get a preview of what you're going to get on Saturday, tune in on Wednesday. We will have the Carrollton girls team here at Marlington High School for a 7 p.m. tip-off, or 6:30 if it's supposed to snow again. We're going to see. But before that, join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. tip-off in Canal Fulton. It is Alliance and Northwest boys basketball, a rematch from last year's Game of the Year that saw a 60-59 victory for the very talented Alliance Aviators, led out by a 30-point performance from J.R. Jackson. And the Northwest players who are down below and the Northwest fans who are down below, I can tell you one thing. They don't want to see number 1 in Canal Fulton tomorrow.
No, but you know who they do want to see? They want to see SmeeSports down there. You might hear the chants coming through on the microphone as some kids chanting, "Smee, come down here, Smee." But that's the problem. When you become a
what's the problem with that? I like
well,
it.
Well, not the problem, but that's the results. When you're a Northeast Ohio celebrity, as Smee is, micro celebrity.
Don't use the word celebrity,
man. Dude, you have 5,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. I think, and this is the publicity you get when you do games like you do last year. You got a Spire Academy game this year.
Thursday, Warrensville Spire, going to be a great one.
That's going to be a good one. I mean, SmeeSports is on top of it right now. Big ups to Smee.
On top of things, below sleep. Pretty much. I think that's pretty accurate. It is final season, and we'll leave it there. To stay up to date on all the games that we're covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeFist 2024 on Twitter, and SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn. Go down below and subscribe. We are within 25 subscribers of our goal by the end of the year, 5,250. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. Our goal is to get there. It doesn't really cost anything. It doesn't cost anything if you don't want it to. And it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports. Am I being corralled for a picture now?
Yeah, I think they want you down there for a picture.
I'm coming. I think we got to wrap up here real quick. That way we can appease the Northwest fans, and it'll be a nice game there. Once again, shout out to Mr. Hathaway, the AD over there, for allowing us to come in and broadcast the game. Always a good time in Canal Fulton, and always a good time when we get to see the Northwest Indians and the Marlington Dukes on display. But that'll do it for us here at the Duke Dome. 57-33 your final. Marlington drops their home opener, now 1-2 on the year. Northwest improves to 2-0 on the 25-26 campaign. For Cooper Fontaine, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Alliance, Ohio, and we hope to see you again tomorrow amid the snowy and cold temperatures of Northeast Ohio and Stark County. This has been OHSAA Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.